guys, this is Dahmer's Cool Stuff, and this is my Q&A special that I asked questions and whatnot a while ago. Now, if you think I missed something because YouTube's been being a bit of a dick as of late, shoot me an inbox, shoot me an email, shoot me questions. I can always do a referendum. I can always do a second part to this. Or if you want to ask questions yourselves, just comment down below after hitting the like button and the subscribe button. Basically, this is my Q&A. I like to do them every now and again, just because I like Q&As. As I said before, it's like a DVD bonus extra, so to speak, on YouTube for me, and I'm a real big special feature DVD type of guy. And now, let's get underway, shall we? Michael B. the Game Genie, you asked me, and also congrats on the Retroware TV featured content. I told you. You asked, what is my favorite Friday the 13th kill? It is from Jason X. It is probably one of the most hilarious kills I've ever seen in any Friday the 13th movie. That kill being when they do the computer simulation to throw him off course, so to speak. Jason Voorhees off course, and it's the two camp counselor, like two campers, the two girls that are like, hey, you want to have premarital sex and smoke pot? And then, you know, they go back to those guys, and you're like, oh, I think it's working. And then it quick cuts to him literally grabbing one of them in a sleeping bag and hitting the other with it. It was just such a throwback kill to what he did beforehand. I forgot which movie off the top of my head. When he grabbed the camper and just slammed him into the tree. I think it was like 3 or 4 that he did that on. But just the fact that it was just such a ridiculous, we're having way too much fun with this movie. So that's why I liked it. Plus I saw it in the movie theaters. I went to see this badass in the movie theaters. And I was probably the only jerk-off cackling like an asshole. You also asked, what movie scared me the most as a kid? Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia gave me arachnophobia. There was 2 events, actually. One was watching Arachnophobia, and the first one, however, was when I was a very young kid, eating dinner at my family table, and literally this small little white spider jumped on my, hand and on my head, and I freaked out. Like, oh my god. Like, I literally, dinner overturned. I was like, ah! Screamed like I was a castrated choir boy. It was pretty bad, pretty embarrassing, and I've yet to live it down almost 25, 27 years later. So, but then I saw Arachnophobia and forget about it. Game fucking over. If I see a spider on my feed in Facebook, I can't stand it. I'm like, scroll past, block post, delete post. I hate spiders, and it was Arachnophobia. The flip to that, what movie scared the shit out of me as an adult? It was something I didn't see until I was in my mid-20s, and it was The Exorcist, the version you weren't meant to see. Wow! I still get chills over how truly frightening that movie is to me to this day. Exorcism, the Exorcist, the version you haven't seen. If you've never seen it, do not watch it with the lights off. I swear to God. Long story, but yes, Michael B., the Game Genie. That is the question. That is the answer that you asked for your question. Good sir. Now, I know 171 you didn't leave a question, but you did say, yes, Rocky Horror is that movie with Tim Curry and the transvestite. And I'll give you 1 second. Because I own the most badass copy of this movie of all time. I rented it and forgot to give it back. The due date, Thursday, July 29th, 2004. Yeah. It is the 25th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, version of Rocky Horror. That is it. Right there. That's the floor show. That's the floor show scene at the end of the movie. It is Tim Curry. The other speaking about that, I am part of a Rocky Horror Cast. If you did not know, we have our own YouTube channel. And I'm going to try to get the link of something right here. It is FNS, Rocky Horror NJ. So if you want to see what I do on a Friday night with our skits and our pre-shows before the movie, there it is. We're going to get back to the questions at hand. That was for you, Kit 171. Shen Muzo. Bam! You asked tree questions. You're going to get tree answers. Or if you're Michael B. the Game Genie, you're going to get 5 answers to 1 question. That's how I roll. I don't give a fuck. Alright, yes, I did fail the Winter of RPGs very bad. You asked, how old were you when you first saw Rocky Horror? And then described how it changed your brain chemistry on that faithful day. I was 17 or 18. It's very hazy. I don't know if it was 1995 or 1996. I've established that 1996 I remember. So there was that. And it was funny. I was with my friends in the band that they were in. I was kind of the roadie because I was trying to steal drum time from the drummer who happened to be my best friend at the time. I no longer talk to him, but that's another story altogether. And we had just got done recording a demo in a very god-awful place. Like, it was basically a scam, and unfortunately it happened a lot back in those days. So we get into the van, and we pull out of that shady-ass recording studio with Fisher-Price equipment. I'm not joking. We go to a gas station, and I happen to see a dude wearing an Eagles jersey because I am a Eagles fan. And he had green hair. So I was like, hey man, nice hair. And this guy, who I'm not going to say, basically we started talking for a half hour in the gas station. We become friends, and he wants us to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Describes it to us and all, and says it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you want to, you can go. I was the crazy brave and the dumb tough out of our friends who decided he wanted to go to it. That's staying in, by the way. He wanted to go, I wanted to go to it. So I did. And, oh my god. We're talking a 300-seat movie theater with about 270 fucking crazy assholes screaming at this movie, top of their lungs. I'm seeing fine ladies dressed in corsets, and I'm seeing fine men dressed in corsets, and I'm seeing all this odd gay, straight, bisexual type of stuff going on. And hidden confession, back then, I used to be homophobic. And I saw one of my high school friends there, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And you know, inadvertently told her, if you did this, if I knew you did this, I would have had so much more respect for you. So that was my first experience there. Going, wow, how it changed my brain chemistry that day. Well, first I got to say, titties, lots of titties, and then second, I have to say, I realized after that night that a lot of my friends were gay or bi. And I had to make a wise decision on my end and basically say, these are people that I've known since I was single digits in age. I've known these people for so many years. The lights are going crazy because I'm doing this in the middle of a sleet storm. And basically, I had a choice of ignoring my friends, who I've known for all my life, who were very good people, or being some bigoted asshole in my ways. It also opened me up more to what I was, and what I kind of like to still consider myself. I more adhere to the gothic culture than anything else. I've always been under basic premise that I wear black most of the time, because I am not depressed or anything like that, and it's a weird way of thinking it, but I wear black most of the time because I'm mourning the death of everything around me. Because if you think, you know, back then when I thought about it, everything dies. Everything dies around you. It's a real morbid way of thinking. And I'm definitely not the go-to guy if you want to know goth subculture. Let's be real here. I'm a goth metalhead all the way. But yeah, I finally found out who I was. I went to the school in basically the Pine Barrens in the sticks, and my kind wasn't taken too well, so to speak, at the time. And just finding identity and finding other people who were like-minded and like me as well, basically showed me the world, so to speak, and showed me that I can be a very open book individual, to which I am, and I always have been, and I always will be. So that's how it changed my brain chemistry that day. Top 5 obscure games that you wish more people knew about. This is weird. Leans more towards the current stuff, so to speak. In no particular order, Dead Pixels on the Xbox Live Arcade is quite possibly one of the most underrated dollar games on the Xbox Live Arcade. Somebody just texted me. Let's find out. No, I got an email. I got 2 emails. It's a trap! Was one of them. And Jason Moore. Awesome. Good guy, by the way. I'm hoping everything's going for you as well. I'm still thinking about you, buddy. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Dead Pixels, I even did a review of it. I'm going to put the link to it right here. It's one of my more prouder accomplishments in editing, so to speak. I had written, filmed, and edited that in one night. It shows. It's not one of my best reviews. I'm not going to lie here. But I just got so angry at work that day that instead of just, doing the typical, I'm going to take it out on Halo 4, I literally wrote, scripted, filmed, and edited my Dead Pixels review in one night. And yeah, it's one of my prouder achievements because I've managed to do that really quick. So if you want to see it, once again, it's right here, Dead Pixels review. Boom. The Club. The Club, to me, is dumb fun. It's like Bulletstorm before Bulletstorm was Bulletstorm. It's basically the way they described it was like Burnout Revenge with guns. So if you think that might be interesting, and it's very arcadey based, it's very dumb, very fun. If you can pick it up for a few bucks, pick it up. You won't be disappointed. As I said, it's very dumb fun, guilty pleasure type of game for me. Once again, Deadly Premonition on the 360 needs more love. That game needs more love, and it's just boinkers out the wazoo. This game is so goofy and so off the wall that it's thoroughly enjoyable, and the game mechanics are odd and broken, so to speak, like literally the biggest thing that it's said about it is it's like one of the best Dreamcast games never made. And it's tired, true, and true, but everything the game does, it does on purpose. It's very campy movie type of Twin Peaks style a game, and it shows, and a lot of love and a lot of care for it, and it's got a very passionate fan base that needs to be bigger. So, that was that. Another one, Record of Agarus War and Record of Agarus War Zero. I lump them together. Probably some of the best strat RPGs out there. Very Final Fantasy Tactics style. One of the few current gen strat RPGs that I've played that actually, got it. Fun mechanics, hard, somewhat hard to learn, but once you learn it, you go, wow, everything's easy now. And then it throws more challenges at you. It is somewhat of a dating sim, and it's got some things about it, but it shouldn't be taken as that. It's basically kind of like how Phantasy Star 4 took place over 4 generations. This game takes place over 2 generations. Zero takes place over 2 generations. And I think Record of Agarus War takes place over 4 generations. So you're basically building your next hero for the next part of the game. So don't let that be a deterrent on getting this game. And then finally, PlayStation 2, Winback, Covert Ops. Poor man's Metal Gear, but you know what? It did it well. It knew it was a poor man's Metal Gear. It wasn't going to try to be anything else other than a poor man's Metal Gear. And it was very fun. Avoid the sequel. Avoid the sequel at all costs. The sequel is not good, not fun, not at all. So there's that. That is my 5. If you forgot, Dead Pixels, The Club, Deadly Premonition, Record of Agarus War, and Record of Agarus War Zero, and then Winback, Covert Ops. Finally, Shenmue. Do I have any famous stories of bumping in the famous people? No. Actually, I do. Sorry, I'm very sick. I got sick on my vacation. Go me. I don't even think she's on here on the discs. No. at the Atlantic City 4711 con for Rocky Horror, I got the opportunity to actually meet and party with Patricia Quinn, who played Magenta. And that was kind of cool. That was awesome. She's a lovely lady. She's very nice, loves the community, loves Rocky Horror to this day. And just utterly a pleasure to even be around. I mean, she's just so vibrant still, and just so caring. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, she's literally just sitting there chilling, hanging out like it was nothing. Like, it was nothing to her. So that was pretty cool. Also meeting Gary Shale. If you don't know who Gary Shale is, he was in Quadrophenia, a couple other things. He was also in Shock Treatment as Oscar Drill. And he was there too. And that dude is a funny fucking cat, I will tell you that. It was a pleasure hanging out with those two folks. So yeah, that's a couple more questions and answers that you asked for.